Stop buying PPL. One of the worst possible ideas that you can have in wholesaling real estate. Do not buy it. It is a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here.
Rick Ginn here.
And we are here to stop you from buying PPL. And probably one of the worst ideas ever I can see here. Yeah, I see that. So what we need to do is talk about what in the world is going on here. And more
Yeah.
There we go. Way better. We got hacked. But guys, PPL, stop buying it. Not the move. And we are going to be talking about today how much we love PPL and why you should buy it. And more importantly, we're going to talk about exactly what is PPL, why we don't really recommend it at all for wholesaling, and just kind of the honest truth about it. This might be the exposed video of the century. But basically, we're here to talk about PPL and why there's so many better ways to go around this. And so, what are your what is PPL? You go mention it.
Well, PPL is
why am I the hater?
It's pay per lead. So we're not saying it doesn't work. I just want to get clarity because I know someone's going to use it. The problem is it is not for the brand new wholesaler.
Yeah.
Because I'm just going to let you guys in a little secret. You have to get exposure to wholesaling and know how to talk to people. And you guys know my theory. You got to get your first deal and get you to 5 deals, because not everyone is cut out for wholesaling, and I know it. What the entire market wants you to do as a new wholesaler is you are a mark. And so if you're going to do PPL with no experience, you're going to have to hire someone. You're going to have to give them whatever fee. And then you're going to have to fund 5-10 grand in PPL. And before you know it, you're 15, 20 grand out of your pocket. And you're like, well, what do I do now? Guys, I'm just telling you, that's not the way to do it. If you think direct mails pressure, PPL is a whole different thing. What we want to do is get you started and get you experience, because the survival rate in wholesaling is up to how hard you're going to work and you're going to commit and be consistent. A lot of people think PPL is like a saving grace. If you think you're going to do PPL and avoid marketing, you're going to have major problems. And that's my issue. Can PPL complement it? Sure. But you got to get out the gates. If you don't even have a deal, don't even consider PPL. I think even a PPL provider probably go, that's probably not our best customer, but they'll take your money. But then someone's going to instruct you on how to do PPL. And the reality is you just need thousands of exposures to motivated sellers, so you can learn the gift of wholesaling.
I agree.
It takes time. It's like riding a bike. Let me ask you, if I was going to learn to ride a bike, would I go and get an electric bike right off the bat?
Oh, yeah.
That's what you're doing, PPL.
Bad
you're getting
idea.
An electric bike, because when you fall, not only are you going to crash and burn, you're going to burn your family's finances up with it. And that's my challenge. Is a lot of people think PPL is a substitute for going out and figuring out marketing and how to find motivated sellers. At best, it should be a complement. If your entire business model is built off PPL, I already know where you're going. You're not probably going to last. Now, you can get lucky, all sorts of stuff, but you can't afford to gamble when you start out wholesaling. So
I agree. And so what I'm going to tell you is, and this is with a heavy heart I make this video, because by the way, we have hundreds, if not thousands of people on X Leads that buy PPL leads every day. Right. And so just letting you know, X Leads is the top PPL CRM, because it's the only CRM that's $97 that also comes with comping, leads, and skip tracing. Just telling you the dang truth. So as somebody that is trying to be nice about PPL, this is the nicest I could say. Everyone that uses it, and by the way, I'm saying this, and hopefully I don't get the wrong way, but everyone that buys PPL, they buy X Leads also, because just telling you the truth, right? We should be nicer, but I'll just be the dang truth here. Okay. We literally have hundreds, if not thousands of X Leads users, because I do not track PPL on anything on X Leads. That would make me very sad. But basically, we have most of your PPL people, you have X Leads. And so I'm not trying to poop on you guys, but I'm telling you, I truly believe PPL has a place, and I'll tell you what my place is. But I would say about 90% of wholesalers should not even consider or look at PPL at all. When we're talking about most PPL, right? There's some that are better than others. We'll talk about that today. But a lot of people ask, like, what's your opinion on PPL? I just want to have this live stream and just give my dang opinion. Okay. And the reason I'm making this video is not because I'm trying to say PPL sucks, even though I kind of said that. The reason is there's just better options out there. And I'm just giving my case of why I believe that and where you should be at. So let's glaze PPL for a second. Let's talk about the good. Okay. There's a lot of things that are way worse than PPL. Before all these PPL CEO guys start like commenting, oh, how dare you? Okay. All right. So what is worse than PPL? I'll be honest with you. PPC is 10 times worse than PPL. Facebook ads are way worse than PPL.
It's terrible.
And TV ads, bro. TV ads even worse. Radio, not good.
By the way, everybody I've seen that promotes TV and radio, they never do it long term. They never do it long term. And there's always some sort of coaching program that comes with it. Guys, I've been in this business 23 years. I've done literally every one of these. I can tell you right now, they don't work, meaning you are not going to get a return on your investment. You are most likely at best going to break even or lose money. So smart wholesalers, they try it. We'll try anything, but if it doesn't work. So the problem with specifically TV and radio, it's very generic, and you got to go out and do media buys, and it's expensive, and you will get leads from it, but what they're going to demand for a fee is hardly going to justify.
Let's talk about it. Okay, so let's kind of talk about what is pay per lead, what is PPL. Let's kind of get to the bottom of this. All right. So PPL or pay per lead is basically when a company decides, and there's so many great ones. I'm not going to mention any today because y'all want to sue me. But I'm not getting the drama. But not all of them, but okay, whatever. Some, maybe, possibly. I don't know. I don't know. Not all. All's too much. No. But like, for example, what these companies do, and I'm saying some of you guys, this is a great option. You know, give me an affiliate link, PPL companies in the comments, I guess. But basically, these companies, what they do is they will go out here and guess what they do? Oh, did I click the wrong thing? Oops. Yeah. So what they do is they do PPC. They'll run pay-per-click campaigns, which have gotten, I think, 20 or 30% more expensive over year.
Very expensive.
They run Facebook ads. I don't know if you guys have looked at Facebook's stock, like their stock. You know, their net revenue is up like 30% year. And so my question is, wow, that's really impressive. Did they innovate? No. Do they have any more? Do they have 30% more users? No. Is there Meta like ads? Is there like Meta glasses doing better? No. So how is their net revenue up 30% year? Well, Mark Zuckerberg at his yearly meeting says, company, how shall we make more money? We could grow our user base, but we have 4 billion people already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We could make new AI glasses. Well, then Mark Zuckerberg says, well, how do we make our money on Meta? Well, we just sell ads. Huh. Can we get more people to buy our ads? Well, you're already at max. Like, okay, so we can't get any more people to buy our ads because everyone buys our ads. Huh. You know what's a genius idea? Why don't we just raise prices of ads by 30%? Because everyone's buying them.
A Netflix move.
And that's what they did. And Facebook basically raised their prices by 20, 30%. And I'm not mad at Facebook. You know why? It's supply and demand.
Yep.
It's supply and demand.
As long as you guys keep paying for it, they're going to keep charging you for it.
Well, you know why? These mega corporations are going from TV ads to this because Meta has way better ROI.
Yeah.
But then you're competing with Coca-Cola. It sucks. And so they're doing Facebook ads. They're running TV, radio. And then basically what they do is then they go sell you that lead, right?
Does anybody watch TV anymore?
I don't watch TV.
Everything's pretty much streamed.
I'm telling you right now, if Netflix was able to have like the Miami Dolphins games on it, I would not have. I literally only have TV for the Miami Dolphins.
Did you see who just bought the rights to the NFL?
The rights? YouTube?
No, ESPN, which is owned by
Disney.
Yeah.
I'll get some Disney Plus. I don't care.
They got they traded 10% stock.
We'll talk about this later. We'll talk about this later. Mr. ADHD over here.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. We have to hate on PPL today, okay?
They brought the red zone down to $29.99 a month left.
I've never paid
ESPN.
All I'm gonna tell you is I've never paid for Red Zone, but I always watch it. I'm not read between the lines.
I want to say the NFL gave up 10% ownership for those rights.
Crazy.
Seems expensive.
Okay, so what PPL does is they run pay-per-click, they run Facebook ads, TV, radio. I'll be honest with you guys too. And this is actually the most this is a Zach Ginn quote. This is the most unbiased PPL review you'll ever hear. Because I actually today basically did all my research on PPL, right? I actually, I talked to some CEOs of PPL companies, by the way, or COOs, right? I talked to many people at companies, and I asked a lot of them, and I've been doing this for I've been doing it for 4 months. I've been researching this, right? Because we have actually used PPL. I'm like, what's your average return on ad spend? Some said 10, some said 2, some said 3, and the most of them were going to say it depends. Well, what I basically figured out is what they do is they'll run the PPC, Facebook ads, TV, radio. So here's the craziest part. PPC on average gets about a 3x return on ad spend. Okay, 3x. That's really bad. That's really bad.
Seems like it on paper.
Seems really bad.
Yeah.
So PPC is at 3x. Guess what happens when you pay somebody, a PPC agency, to do your PPC for you? Guess what?
Tell me.
You have to pay them, and then it goes down to 2. It goes from 3 to 2. There are some good PPC guys. I'll give a shout out to the guy. His name is Tim Oplet. He told me he gets his clients at 7x, but he's very niche. Shout out to Tim. I think Tim's a good guy. He's actually made exposed videos on us, but I've talked to him. He's a good guy. He claims 7x. I don't know, whatever. Use code EXPOSE at checkout.
I know,
but he claims 7. But average guy's at 3.
So you guys get the range there. Just so you guys know, 3 to 7. These are not our numbers. These are from the actual. You call them gurus, the CEOs, the COOs that own these companies. And we want to explain a point here. Keep going.
So the point here is when you run PPC by yourself, how PPC works is you have to have basically buy-in, right? You have to get they don't have a pixel. This is not my wheelhouse, but pretty much how PPC works is if you're spending 30 grand a month over 2 years on PPC, your account is really good. You learn how you do it right. And so the problem is when you buy PPC from somebody, right? Or a ad agent, a PPC agency, most of them are not that good. And they'll give you about a 2x because they'll give you a 3x, but you got to pay them a crazy amount. And so most pay-per-click sucks. Now, what PPL does is they're really, really, really good at PPC. They do it nationwide, so the leads are as cheap as possible. And they sell to you, and then you're able to buy the leads, pay per lead in a specific market. So, for example, I do a lot of wholesaling deals in Florida. And there's specifically 4 counties that I make the most money in Florida.
Yep.
So for a PPC client, I would have to buy state leads for 30 or 40 bucks or even 50, right? Per lead. But I can go buy a lead for $250 in my specific county, which I'm really good at. And so that will actually bumps up your ROI to 5x, which isn't bad. Let me be honest with you. PPL is not a scam. Okay. Some people will say that. Okay. Maybe younger Zach did. Longer hair Zach would say that. But I don't think PPL is not a scam. It's actually getting not better. I don't think it's going to get better, but some people are starting to learn and get learn how to use it better, I guess. But it's not the scam. The truth is PPL is actually way better than most marketing. Now you might be like, Zach, what are you smoking? What do you mean by this? Let me tell you the truth. PPL is way better than cold calling in a certain scenarios. Let me tell you the truth. Let's play a game with you, okay? What is better? You buying PPL leads and you closing them, going through freewholesaling.com, or buying a $10,000 coaching program and then going to X Leads and trying to cold call? Which one is worse?
You already know
the coaching pro. You're 10K in the hole.
You're 10K in the hole.
So I hit on PPL sometimes, But if you don't buy a coaching program and you just go to freewholesaling.com, you know how to close sellers, and you just buy the PPL leads, you're way better than buying a coaching program. The worst is when you buy a coaching program and then you do the PPL, because now you're double in the hole, right? You give some Joe Schmo, $10,000, and then you drop $15,000 in marketing. Now you're 25K in the hole. I know individuals, and no one can argue against me. They spent like 15 grand on a coaching program, and they've spent 20 grand on PPL, and now they're 35 grand in the hole, and they close 0 deals. It's $35,000 in the hole, and they get out of wholesaling.
That's why I don't want anyone starting out with PPL. You're going to have to put some time in this business, but like the question is, are you going to survive? So if you go buy a $10,000 coaching program and spend another 15 in PPL, kind of the handwriting's on the wall. Like I'm not sure you're going to survive that, because, and then honestly, if you do, say you get super lucky,
yeah,
you are going to be so dependent on PPL, you're going to skip the fundamentals of wholesaling. And I always tell you, marketing is the most important function of wholesaling. It's what we do. We find motivated sellers, we buy them super cheap, and we sell them medium. Now, if I'm going to replace the marketing, that's fine. But your ROI, you're going to have to compete with people doing other forms of marketing. Maybe they're doing PPL too, but if you're doing PPL, your max is 3 to 7 times your return on your investment. Now, my personal thing on PPL, if I talk to 10 variable people that actually do it, not one of them, listen to me, not one can ever give me their true ROI. And here's the truth of the bit. If you have a low bank balance in your bank account, do you want to look at it? No. And that's why nobody wants to report the ROI, because if they gave you the true number, they'd probably be discouraged. Sometimes you're just not ready for certain things yet because you have to prepare. It's like going from flag football to tackle football without being prepared for tackle football. You're going to get killed. You might be fast, but you're going to get killed. And so I want you to survive in wholesaling. Remember, you can be a sprinter or you can be a marathon, but you can't be both. And so I'm not dissing on PPL, but to start with PPL so you can avoid marketing, boy, I like, you are going to have to do PPL the rest of your life. And remember, who's PPL controlled by? Professional marketers. They're very good at what they do. And it's great to have their service, but if your entire business model is built around it and you've never even done one deal, go find 100 people that have that success rate. And I think you're going to struggle to find it. So this is the problem, is it drives me crazy when an investor can't tell me what their ROI is on PPL. And if they can't tell me, I know it's so bad that they don't want to share with me. Or what's worse, having a bad ROI or not knowing your ROI. They're both just as bad in my opinion.
Okay, well, I'll be honest with you. Okay. I actually did some digging, before I made this video. And I talked to a lot of wholesaling PPL people. And it was really annoying. But I did it. And I'm joking halfway. But basically, I've met some individuals that are claiming 15, 20, 30x on their PPL. I'm just being honest with you. They have, and they show me the checks. They show me how much they spent. So there are some individuals, I'll tell you. But they all the ones that I find that are above 10x have like a couple things in common, which I'll tell you. But we'll put that in the end a little bit. But basically what I'm telling you is PPL plus putting in reps is better than any wholesaling course. You direct quote me on this one. But if you buy PPL leads and you just rep it, and you go to freewholesaling.com, learn how to close a seller, way better. Like, here's one thing about PPL no one talks about. Nobody in PPL, for some reason, I don't know why, maybe because we don't promote it, nobody buys a PPL lead and then they go in person to close the seller. It always has to be virtual for some weird, stupid reason.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like the sellers want someone to meet them at the house. Most of them do. Like that, your ROI doubles going in person when it comes to virtual versus not.
You can't replace that. And that's just a physical thing. And we're not knocking virtual. I'm fine with it. But like, man, if you could use a PPL and you had the experience and the reps and you went and met with them locally, that's, I hate the word game changer, but it is.
It's annoying. So like, go do it, right? And guys, if you buy PPL in the comments, right? We have a lot of people. We have people that do it in PPL, right? Comment below what your return on ad spend is truthfully. I would love to know. Here's the thing. Here's my thing about PPL. Okay, you're a young kid. You want to get into wholesaling real estate. You want to go all in on PPL. What is the worst case scenario that happens? You spend a $10,000 wholesaling course. Now you're 10K in the hole, and you spend 10K in PPL, and now you're 20 grand. You don't close a deal. You are now $20,000 in debt because everyone convinced you to put a credit card on this sucker. You are 20K in debt, and you haven't got a wholesale deal. Okay, what if you did freewholesaling.com and did our path that spend no money? What is your path here? Worst case scenario, you pull this from basically the government. You skip trace on cyber background checks, true people search, and you call and text and digital bandit signs and all the methods we teach, email offer generator. Worst case scenario, you're out $0 and you didn't get a deal. What's best case scenario on PPL? You probably close 2 deals and make 40 grand. What is best case scenario on the free end? You close 2 deals and make 40 grand. So the best case scenario on PPL versus what we do is you make 40 grand. The worst case scenario is you make nothing. Worst case scenario on the other end is you're out 20 grand. So which one should I tell a beginner to be doing? What is it? So what I'm telling you right now is our method's way better. Now here's the thing, guys. All right. ROI is king here in marketing. And ROT is important, right? What is RIT? ROT is return on time. Return on time. Probably one of the most important ones out here. Return on time. Okay. What is the return on the amount of time you put into this business? Very, very, very important here. And your return on investment is going to be the most, like, it's the king. After everything else, the most important metric when it comes to when you're running a bigger wholesaling operation is how much money you're putting in, how much money you're getting out. First and foremost, at the end of the day, that is the most important metric, like right now when you're running a bigger operation, right? That's what it is. So when we're looking at ROI, this is kind of how I'm going off of this, right? Now, a lot of people go off of ROT. I think ROT is amazing, return on time. And return on time has its metric because you want high ROI and high ROT. So for example, what's good ROT? Driving for dollars has an insane return on the time. Because you may put 10 hours this week in driving for dollars, but you can probably pull a deal a month doing that. Can you pull a deal a month cold calling 10 hours a week? Yes, but you got to put like 3 times more effort doing that, probably 20 hours. And so what I'll tell you is you're going to make a lot more money off of driving for dollars. You'll probably make the same, but you work way less driving for dollars. And so what is the ROI of all the free methods we teach at freewholesaling.com? Infinity, literally infinity. It's 40 grand divided by you spent $0, but like it's not 0 because it's higher. It's infinity basically. Okay. So let's go over the ROIs of stuff we teach. Number 1, cold calling with X leads solo. We have found about a 100 to 200x ROI doing this. Now, let's say you suck, you're probably at 50. That's conservative. Like, because at most, okay, doing the calculations, at most, if you pull this from X leads and you cold call using their dialer, you are at worst, worst, you're out 150, 200 bucks using X leads. 200 bucks. Okay, 100. And then let's say you cold call 100 hours a week. $100 a month for the dialer, right? You're out 200 bucks.
Yep.
But like you're also calling 100 hours a week, like it's 400 hours, like you're going to do good. So you're about a 100 to 200. And so let's say you suck, you make 15 grand on a wholesale deal, right? And you spent 200. It's about a 75. That's saying like most people can get about can probably double that, make 20 grand, 30 grand on a deal, right? Now let's say you're lazy. Zach, I hate cold calling. Okay. Well, if you hate cold calling, let's go do this then. If you hate cold calling, SMS and X leads, you're about 150x return on your investment. A penny per text, and you could send 25,000 texts for 250 bucks. Done. It's pretty dang good. Now, am I glazing X leads over PPL? No, because X leads is the top PPL CRM. All the PPL homies buy X leads just for the CRM. So I know it's crazy that like the X leads guys are hating on PPL, but I'm just telling you, when you're a beginner, your ROI is important. So let me tell you this, go make 30 grand on X leads and then go buy some PPL if you want to go nuts. Here's the problem. vast majority of people, they'll make 10 or 20 grand, go buy PPL, lose all their money, and they're like, oh. Yeah. Guys, let me know in the comments. Have you found people on our live streams that make 30, 100 grand and then lose a lot of money on PPL? It happens all the dang time. All the time.
Yeah, because they think they're going to substitute their marketing and have this wish list. Guys, the premise of wholesaling is an infinite return. The idea is you find a motivated seller, you put them on the contracts by solving their problem, and that effort you put into it, you turn around, make $10,000, $20,000 with almost zero money. That is the art of wholesaling. So why do you guys think at some point it's smart to put down 10, 20, 30 grand to see if you can maybe make it back? That's not wholesaling, because wholesaling is about really making money and being creative, being wildly resourceful. Now, somebody put in the comments, at what point do we pivot? Dude, until you sniff 5 deals, you have to sit out there with your hustle muscle, your grind, and you got to get it, because you're going to have to prove to yourself that you're going to stick to this business no matter what happens. I promise, everybody can tell you in this comments, anybody who started wholesaling, it's going to have issues. You're going to have roadblocks. I've had them. Zach's had them. Everybody in the comments have had them here. The question is, are you going to quit or are you going to tuck and run? Then you go to 5. My next feat is to get you to 30 deals. Now, 30 deals, you can use a combination of direct mail, maybe a little PPL, but you're still, then you're going to have to learn the pressure of closing paid leads. And it is a bit of a pressure cooker because you feel like you have to close them, because these leads can be hundreds of dollars and you feel a little bit more pressure. And sometimes people cave under the pressure. We see it all the time in sports. Sometimes you guys just aren't ready for the big leagues because you haven't had enough reps in. So our whole mantra is get the reps in, survive wholesaling, get 5 deals, and then start scaling your business. But some of you want to scale with 0 deals and you're just going to lay out. It's not wholesaling because you're laying out a ton of capital. And if you think you're going to buy your expressway through it, you're still going to have the same issues because you don't have the experience talking to these sellers.
Yeah. And so what I'm telling everyone is the reason is most PPL is bid based, which is terrible. That means they're like, okay, we produce this lead. It's in this city. We're not going to tell you like anything else. Most PPL, not all of them, but like it's in Dallas. We're not going to tell you anything about the lead, but it's bid on it. And here's the problem. You'll have guys who will bid, okay, $500 is my bid.
Yeah.
And they're just like, they're the big dogs, right? Like, for example, for me, I should probably do this. We'll talk about this later. But basically, we have a problem in Port St. Lucie. We don't have enough leads. Like, for example, we've had this conversation many times.
Because everybody comes to Port St. Lucie.
It's like, can we drop 100,000 mailers? Would that help us? No. Right? We could triple our mailers. We could do 200,000 mailers. Is that going to give us an ROI? No. You know why? Because we basically mail to every single high equity seller. We'll call every single person with more than 39% equity. We'll text every single. We can't do any more. So when a PPL lead comes in, we will probably bid $1,000 just for that, just to beat everyone else. So here's the problem. If you're in a metro market, right? If you're in like Miami, West Palm Beach, if you're in Charlotte, North Carolina, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Fresno, there's already big dogs, multi-millionaire like wholesaling guys that are going to outbid you. So even if you're in the PPL and you live in a city, for example, you want to wholesale in Indianapolis, good luck outbidding these guys in Indy.
It's like going to the courthouse and bidding on foreclosures. You're always going to get bidded out because, guys, listen, I don't know about you, but like bidding, I've always been taught in wholesaling, he or she that pays the most usually doesn't last the longest in wholesaling. So when we have to bid it, what are they telling you? I do commend PPL companies because they are professional marketers. And I always told you it's the highest skill set. So they're going to be compensated for it. But the question is, when you don't have control of the cost of your marketing, it's very frustrating. Am I paying 200? Am I paying 500? Are we going to bid it? And bidding has one goal in mind. You know what that is, right? To get you excited, to get you to overpay. So if they're professional marketers and you know it, that's the part I'm not crazy about PPL. I don't blame them for doing it. I won't participate in that part of the game.
I don't participate in bidding.
Because it's
I don't bid.
So I remember they go, hey, Rick, go down to the courthouse and you can bid on the foreclosure. You know what they did? Before they went online, this is how old I am. 4 or 5 guys would convolute together. They would massively overpay for a house just to bid you up and pull the carpet out on you and go, because what you have to do is you have to put down a 10% hard money bid, and they'll bid it up way above the price, and then they'll pull the carpet out on you. And they go, listen, I taught you once. You want to keep coming? I will bid up everything. We have hundreds of millions of dollars at our disposal. And they did it every time. And we gave up. You know why? Because they all put their money together and it's like a monopoly. And if you understand that the same game is going to be played in PPL, they're professional marketers. So if you ever have to bid for something, you should be very concerned, especially as a newer wholesaler, because when you have to bid, it means you don't know how much you're going to have to spend total on your marketing. And if you want to get an ROI, you go, hey, I'm spending X amount of dollars. I should make an X amount of return. This is a great investment. Now, when they go to a bidding process, it's like it's a piece of art. It's like, should I hold my paddle up? Like, oh, please, please.
But here's the problem. When it comes to bidding, you are never, ever, ever going to get really good returns. And guess what? You know what PPC is? It's bidding. You bid on keywords. Facebook, you're bidding on keywords.
Well, let me ask you this. Anybody ever bid on eBay? Do you really trust that entire process? It's like, do you know, like a lot of time the owners, like they put people in and they bid against themselves just to like get people out. So if it's like we all want like pure auctions.
Yeah.
So some bids have like
wait, whoa. You're telling me that sometimes with bidding, the person that actually owns the thing.
I'm telling you what happens on eBay.
Okay, on eBay
happens all
So let's talk
the time.
about eBay bidding. So eBay would have the owner who's selling the item on eBay would bid against like 2 other guys just to drive the prices up.
It's not just the owner. They have pawns.
Does that happen on eBay?
Every day, nonstop.
Wow.
So if it can happen on eBay, which is the biggest auction service.
And I'm not saying any PPL company does it, by the way, but I'm just saying like when you have bidding, it's like
there's no transparency.
There's no transparency.
You don't know.
Now, I would love if a PPL company who did bidding would have like IP addresses of whoever's bidding. That'd be great.
That would be dynamite.
That'd be awesome, right? So we know eBay should do that. But
what's that commercial? They go, "Oh, I bought a Mac computer for $22 because I bid it."
Oh, those are the worst.
Disclosure on the bottom.
You have to pay $10 per bid.
He bid it 592 times. I'm like,
how many times do you think those companies they're like, oh, wait, it's $3,000 for this $100 computer? Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So, okay. So basically just letting you know, right? Most PPL is bid only, which screws people really bad. I'm just letting you know. So guys, this is why I'm saying
bids are emotional on
So purpose. For example, if I'm trying to get into Houston, Texas, which is extremely competitive, the top rich guys with the deepest pockets are just going to outbid.
They're going to bid you.
And so if I'm new and I'm in a metro market, I'm screwed.
You're done.
You're done.
The new guys never. This is why I don't want new people to go out and bid on PPL leads, because you guys do have a limited budget. Be brutally honest with yourself. So how can you do a bid process? They're professional marketers. I don't blame them. Being a marketing is a high skill set. And this is why I always want you to be in control of marketing so you understand how the game's played. But if you decide to skip marketing, go, oh, PPL, I don't have to market. Why would I even bother doing all this stuff?
But you know what? Like, I don't blame the PPL companies because it's like I'll tell you this,
it's
okay?
A lot of money they got.
As somebody that runs a lot of calling, texting, I see the back ends of a lot of businesses, right?
Yeah.
And I just do that to see success, right? Like I have if you're somebody that's running like over 100,000 texts, like go DM me personally. I will go through your account and help you out, right? All right. Again, we just want to make sure everyone's account's going well. It's very expensive to just market in general. Like just for calling and texting, $20, $30 a lead is still insane, right? And one thing I will let you know is that's calling and texting, which has great ROIs. PPC, I'll be honest with you, okay? PPC, you're dropping 100. The keyword buy house cash Houston or sell my house fast Houston. Should I say this? I'll say it. You know, if you click in your market and you click sell my house fast Phoenix and you click the first link, that person, it gets charged like $70 just from clicking that link. And let me tell you the truth. You know, people do this. And I'm saying, I've never done this, by the way, and I don't condone it. But you know, people who run PPC campaigns, there are people, and this is on Facebook, they post about, I hate this person. So this guy's, I know this guy. He's running a PPC campaign for a client, right?
Yeah.
And so the client pays for it, but he gets like a retainer.
Yeah.
He did it in, let's say, in the Southwest of the United States. And the competitor who hates this guy, right? So like, all right, let's use, you know what? Let me use a theoretical example. Let's say you and I are fierce competitors in Miami. I figured out that you're running PPC campaigns, and I figured out it costs you $70 every single time somebody clicks that link.
Yeah.
Guess what I'm gonna do at 1 a.m. when you're sleeping?
Click.
Click, 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 click. I'm gonna buy as many VPNs as possible. And here's the best part about Google. It's like, hey, can I just call up? Have you ever done this? Let me call up Google real quick. That don't work.
Yeah.
Your credit card gets charged $20,000 at 1 a.m. because you're sleeping. And this is why it's so expensive.
Guys, what PPL companies do is it's not.
No.
easy.
PPL doesn't do. I'm just saying when it comes to PPC. So like PPC is scary. That's why I can't do PPC. But the thing is, PPL like, and I'm gonna give PPL some glaze real quick. Okay, do you know glaze? That's like you're saying good stuff about your glazing.
I like
them.
glaze on my donuts.
I know, like you're glazing someone, right? So you know those people that like they only can talk good stuff about LeBron, like they're obsessed with LeBron.
Yeah.
The kids say that they're a LeBron glazer. Okay, so just teaching you. But basically, what I mean by this is these PPL companies, when they get a PPC lead, they probably spend $100 to get that lead.
Yeah.
So I don't blame them for trying to sell it for like $300, right? They got to make their money. But here's the thing. I think it would be cool if these PPL companies would, I don't know, maybe sell the lead for like, I don't know, $150. But like, no, most of these are like $250, $300.
Some of them are outrageous.
Some of them are outrageous. And it's like, it'd be crazy. And so there's a couple PPL companies I'm saying something nice, so I might mention it. I'm not going to. But like you can pay them like a set amount, like $30 or like $40. Let's call it $40.
Yeah.
And they will give you they'll promise you like, we'll give you, if you give us $400, we'll give you 10 leads, but it has to be nationwide because that's how it gets cheap. Yeah. And you'll get 10 leads, but like for $400, but like you don't know where it's going to be at. It can be anywhere. Most of the time it's going to be a rural market. So I just wish it was flat. That'd be a lot better. There's some ones that do it flat, but I'm telling you right now, if you let's talk about ROT, return on your time. If you bought a dialer and you made a VA call the dialer on X leads, you would at worst get a 25 to 90x ROI. And you're not doing anything.
You got to manage them.
Way better. You got to manage them, but like it's not bad.
Yeah.
So PPL, you're at like 2 to 3x. Like, especially if you're buying these in bidding. If you're bidding, you're at like 2 to 3x. Now, to be honest with you, I know some people that like they'll do it on the side. You know, it's like, honestly, the way I look at it is, some people bet on like fights on UFC, right? But like, it's fun.
Picking on me?
No, I'm not picking on you.
Okay.
But you did.
It was a sure thing.
He's only bet on one fight in his entire life. And I said, "Are you serious right now?"
It was a sure thing, man. It was so
you were
easy.
betting.
I pushed the
you
button.
bet against a Russian fighter.
I did.
Think about this. You got to tell everyone live right now. You bet against a Russian fighter from Dagestan. Yeah.
No. It was
Who was it? What was the fight?
It was Lewis.
Oh, you bet against Derek Lewis. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Never mind. You bet against Derek Lewis.
What, dude? He was
the knockout king,
and he swung sideways. I go, "Are you kidding me?"
You bet against Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis literally just has to punch one time and you're out.
He usually, if he makes it past the first round, he never wins.
But it was a first round knockout, wasn't it?
No, I thought it was going to be a retirement fight.
Okay, so
he
basically,
grazed him on his chin.
It's basically like a casino. But let me tell you this, and you know what? Let me say something nice, okay? Because there's a couple companies that are coming out with this. Okay, as much as I'm going to hate on PPL, I'm going to say some nice things really quick so I don't get sued. So, no, I was told that if I say something bad about PPL, you got to say something nice, right? If you say something bad, you got to say something nice. Okay, well, some PPL companies actually got pretty dang smart. So apparently they knew buying $300 leads is just going to make you broke. Some of these leads kept going to $400 or $500. So basically,
do I have 350? Do I got 450?
So
remember, whoever controls the marketing usually is in control, meaning they make the most money. Go ahead.
So I'll tell you this. So what PPL companies basically did, and is this smart or not? I don't know. Time will tell. They basically did the grocery store thing. Now you might be like, what are you talking about, Zach? Well, what grocery stores do, and let me just tell you, this is actually genius, and PPL companies actually figure this out. Mm-hmm. But if you have a watermelon and it goes rotten, that you have to buy the watermelon. The grocery store buys the watermelon and tries to sell it. Mm-hmm. And if nobody buys the watermelon and it gets like too rotten, then they make no money. They lose money, right?
Yeah.
So what they found was people buy watermelon like usually a day or two before it goes stale or bad, right? Yeah. Or like a week before, like a banana, right? Well, what grocery stores basically found and figured out, this, I actually know the produce. I used to work at a grocery store, right? They found that nobody buys watermelon the day before it goes rotten or like right when it's ripe. It's always before, right? You buy your fruit right before it goes super ripe, right? Yep. So they found that the watermelon, like this is the last day, no one buys it on the last day. So what they do is they take the watermelon, they cut it up, they put it into a bowl, put a plastic over it and says fresh watermelon. Yeah. You can only buy it today though. And then they multiply the price by 5x. Yeah. That's like when a banana, nobody buys a brown banana, right? No, not really, right? You buy them green, and then you buy them when the thing's literally black.
In the summer, you got to buy them green, and in the winter, you got to get them yellow because they slow to ripe.
Okay.
You know how they ripen bananas, right?
What?
They gas them.
Oh, God. Okay.
Do you know that?
No. Are you health nuts? But basically what I mean by this is when a banana is like brown, no one's to buy it. You guess what they do? They take the banana, they cut it up and put it in like a yogurt parfait thing. So basically they take almost rotten like fruit, not rotten, but like right before it goes rotten, and then they resell it for like 5x. So basically what some PPL companies do, and just so my best friend forever, there's some certain PPL companies that do this. And they've exchanged words with me in the past, so I'm not going to mention them so they don't attack me. My best friend in the world's only said nice things about me. Is some PPL companies, you might want to say them in the comments. I'm not going to mention it. What they do is the lead, they try to sell it for like $300 and no one buys it.
It's rotting fruit.
Okay, I didn't say that. You said that.
Oh, okay.
I just used your analogy. No. You're going to be in the deposition, not me.
Okay, well.
Okay, you're going to be in the 12-hour deposition.
No, I'm going to do just like Seinfeld. It's a Seinfeld's uncle. I'm old. I didn't
know.
No.
I didn't
know what I was saying.
Basically, no one buys the lead, right?
Yeah.
No one buys the lead. There hasn't been enough speed to the lead. But there hasn't been enough speed to the lead. And basically, what they do is they're like, okay, no one bought my $300 lead. Well, this thing's going to go in the trash, right? Yeah. So what they do is they just kind of put it on the market. They don't put it on the market. Basically, some of these companies, they'll resell the leads. So they say, okay, you can buy this lead for like, I don't know, we'll call it $30. You can buy this lead for $30, but anyone can buy it for like the next 4 or 5 days. And so guess what they did? It's genius. 10 people will buy the lead for $30 and they get their $300.
That's brilliant.
It's brilliant.
They're marketers, for God's sake.
And when this came out, I said, this is terrible. You're buying a lead that 8 other people talked to. And then I thought about it for a second. I said, wait a second. On my direct mail, right? Think about my direct mail, okay? Yeah. On my direct mail, when a seller calls us, they literally got 6 other pieces of direct mail. So I'm already with my direct mail, I'm competing with 6 or 7 other people.
Yeah.
So if you're calling somebody on a resale, I'm going to call it a resale PPL lead, and they talk to 5 other guys and gals, I mean, that's the same as direct mail, right?
It is. It's a good
That's the way I look at it. And so the reason is, and I'm saying my nice things at the end, but I have found, and I was really against this for a very long time, and I'm not promoting anything today, but basically what I'm saying is I know people that have told me, guys, Zach, I'm getting a 15x ROI with this PPL company. I said, how? I said, bro, what are you spending $4,000 a month? Like, no, I buy them for $30 a lead. I said, what? And then he told me about it. He said, you have to compete with people, but I'm getting about a 15x. There was a guy that claimed on Discord to get a 50x, but he never gave me any proof. But I was humble, and I will admit when I'm wrong. But people that buy resell PPL leads, I don't know how many providers do it, but like those if you know how to close correctly, you can get about a 5 to 20x, which honestly puts it in my okay graces. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. Okay, don't quote me at this, but like if the leads could be like cheaper, like I don't know, like 25% cheaper, right? So if they sold like if they sell leads for like $30 and they sold it for like 26 or like 25 or like 24, 23, 20, like $10, I'd be like, okay. Honestly, like, you know what? PPL companies, by the way, I'll just mention this. If you could sell leads for like 15, 20, 24, $25, I'll be happy. Okay. But like, just bring the price down. I'll be okay with it, right? But here's the problem, right? If they bring the price, let's say from $30 to like $20, there'll probably be more people buying it. And so that's the issue, you know, and then you have 50 people buying it, right? So it's like, what do you do, right? I mean, what I would probably like do, like, what if they did this? Like, what if the PPL company, I'm getting all the PPL companies my best ideas, by the way, right now. What if they made it like exclusive, like only you're the only guy that gets the lead and I pay $40 for it? That'd be great too. You don't have to resell it. That'd be cool too. But like, I don't know. If the resale PPL guys can reach out to me, please do. Just make it like 20, 25% cheaper. I'd probably be all over it, right?
Yeah.
I'd probably sick my guys in Tennessee, Florida, and Texas, and I would have them buy those 20, like those like $23, $26 leads all day. I'd probably do it. It's probably worth a shot. But 30's just, you know, I'd rather be a little lower. Just telling you the truth. But yeah, so I'll tell you this. PPL has a great return on time. It's great ROT. Okay.
You can't
beat it. I'm not going to argue
concede.
it. Okay. Okay. I concede. The ROT is insane. You just pay, you just pay it, put your credit card in, boom, done. But I'll tell you that you want ROI and ROT. And VAs is going to be your best one, right? So what I'm telling you is PPL has a high ROT, but it's very weak in the ROI, except if you like sniper by the resale leads, right? Like, you know, like, oh my, this is a great market and you can go from there, right? That'd be great, right? Obviously, right? So what I would tell you is right now, I'm just telling you the truth. Calling and texting, reverse transfer dollars, digital bandit signs, email blasting with X leads always beats PPL. Hands down, you want to talk about ROI, this is a hill I'll die on. But I'll be honest with you. And this is how I save face with my PPL bros. Okay. If you use the X Lead CRM, especially what's coming out version 3, like AI follow-ups and stuff. I mean, I should probably be quiet about that. Actually, you know, this 7 days from now, version 3 comes out.
Yep.
If you use the version 3 X Lead CRM, you could probably double you'll probably be at 10 to 20x. Okay, you know why? Like, let's say you buy a resale lead, you throw that sucker into one of our AI follow-ups that version 3 is going to have.
Yeah, because it's going to need it.
Because all these PPL guys, they use like these terrible CRMs. Like, absolutely. I know some guys. There's one guy, he's like, I'm getting a 20x on PPL. I said, what's your CRM? He says, Podio.
I didn't even know.
I said, what automatic following up is on Podio? Like, I just have it just reminds me. I'm like, okay, Podio is great, by the way. But if you have, they don't even know what X Leads version 3 is. I'm gonna shut up right now.
2010.
But if you use the X Leads CRM, which is the best PPL CRM, version 3 when it comes out, you can probably double your PPL. So I'll tell you, if you're gonna do PPL, X Leads CRM, we will make it somewhat PPL friendly. I'm not gonna shill it, but let's see what some people say. Some people said here, I get about a 7x on. No, I'm not going to say it, you know, because that guy said some mean things about me. So I'm not going to mention that company. Okay.
Yeah.
I hate how your return's good with that company though. Whatever. Whatever. Follow up with them. Yeah. So that's my opinion on PPL. Again, there are certain ones that are good, ones that are worse, but I'm telling you right now, if you have to just bid $400 on a lead, like you, and here's the thing about PPL. Okay. Zach's about to go on another rant. So you got to stop me. Okay.
Yeah.
You should have like you know how the president debates say like a mute button on the mic? If I rant too much, you should just press like a mute button on me.
Yeah, that's only a new thing, by the way.
But basically, here's my favorite part about let me just talk about how much I love PPC. Also, by the way, okay, I don't say too much good stuff about PPL. I didn't actually know this was a thing, by the way, until I hung out with Max, right? We did a live stream last week, right?
Yeah.
he told me that this company, which I'm not going to mention because they've said some things about me in the past, so I'm not going to mention them.
They were nice.
They weren't nice. So I'm going to be very quiet. Okay. Boy. But basically, I'm not bringing this up, but basically, he told me that this company, they call and text. And that's why the leads are like cheaper.
Wow.
Because I said, huh. So that's actually, I'll say a couple things. I'll admit when I'm wrong. So I'm telling you, PPL has gone full Zach circle. You know, I've hated on them because they don't do cold calling and texting. Now they're like, screw F you, Zach. I'm just going to call and text. And they're calling and texting and selling those leads. It's pretty cool.
Crazy.
And so Max told me that that like company, the only reason that their leads are cheap, not because the quality's bad, but because they're the only ones who can call and text. Because if they can call and text, then they get the cost per lead down, which helps the user. So I'll tell you this, every single one I'll say, every single guy that's given me over a 15x ROI has used this company. If that CEO, that guy hates me so much, he wouldn't probably even give me an affiliate code. So screw it. We're not even going to mention it. But if they want to be nice to me, you know, just I don't know, go out here and you know, just give me an affiliate link. Just kidding. No, please don't do it. I've said too much. I burned my bridge with every PPL company, so they don't. So I'll say my nice things, but yeah, that's enough glaze on PPL for I'm gonna throw up. So basically, what I'm telling you right now is, yeah, they call and text. So I'm like, okay. So basically, what PPL is doing is they are pulling a list. They're skip tracing the list.
Yeah.
They hire a VA to cold call for them.
Got it.
And they sell you the lead. Isn't that just, and then they make their markup, right? Obviously, they got to make some profit, right?
Yeah. They're the marketers.
So basically, they're just doing what I'm teaching you guys to do. So PPL is actually just ZPPL. ZPL.
You guys got to understand the fun.
They're just cloning me. At this point, they can't win, so they're just cloning me.
So guys, right? I understand that PPL, the two biggest takeaways I get from it is, number one, you're not in complete control of proximity. The tighter the proximity, the more you're going to pay. And that takes a lot of like newbies out right off the bat. You have to understand, if you only pick like a certain, I don't know, by zip code or city, you're going to have to pay top dollar. Number two, if you want exclusivity to the lead, you're really going to pay, and you're probably going to have to bid it. And that is the biggest challenge. The third thing you have to understand is you have to have urgency for speed to the lead. So think about this. If someone fills out, say they fill out an online app, like a landing page or something like that, nobody wants to wait 3 or 4 days for someone to call them back because they probably already reached out to someone. Do you think that's the only form they filled out? So you do have to keep those in mind when you do PPL. You do not have a week to call them back. My saying is the sooner the better. So that's why when you get a inbound lead, say direct mail, we want you to answer your phones live, because that's the best time to connect with them, because trying to chase them down and doing it after the fact is challenging. So if even you do PPL, you got to understand proximity. It's going to have a major effect on your cost and your return on your investment. The second thing is you have to understand, if you want something exclusive, you're going to pay top dollar, and you're typically going to have to bid. I hate that part of it. I don't hide that from anyone. And number three, you have to understand you're going to have speed to the lead. You cannot wait a week to reach out to these people. Now, if you have the art of talking to people in wholesaling, you know how to negotiate, you've got deals under your belt, and you've made some profit, please don't take all your profit and risk it on PPL. Take a portion of it, learn the system, learn how the flow in the markets that you're going, and go crazy. Now, PPL is awesome for virtual. I cannot deny to you on that.
It's overpriced.
But I just don't think it is a starter strategy. I'm not going to change on that, because if more than half the people fail even start out wholesaling because they didn't have the mindset to get it quick, then why give your money to these PPL companies and the people that encourage you to do the coaching and mentoring on it? Why? Because everyone's so willing. They think everyone has this magic carpet ride to make wholesaling easier. And I'm just telling you, no matter what path you take, you are going to have to put in the effort, the work. And the more you understand the marketing, the more quality questions you can ask to make sure you're vetting and working with the right company to get a return on your investment. Because if you cannot calculate an ROI, you will not last in wholesaling, because the marketers don't want you to calculate an ROI. God knows the coaches and gurus will never tell you what the ROI is. And you have to make an educated decision. Like Zach said, you're better off getting an X Leads, getting a software, getting the list, getting the free skip tracing building, and go to work. And I don't care if you have to fumble your way through the first 5 deals, then we know you're dead serious about it. Most people never make it to 5.
There you go.
And I'm the only one who says it out loud because it's the truth. I've been in this 23 years. I watch you guys all the time. Get your first deal first. Stop worrying about PPL. Get up and going. And if you make it to 5, it says you have the you're resourceful to get through any obstacle to survive in wholesaling. Then you can use these scalable events like direct mail, PPL, and stuff like that to grow your business. But I would never rely on it alone.
Here you go. Michael says, all my PPL deals, I met the seller in person.
That's awesome.
That's great. And my biggest deal actually came from PPL. Congratulations. What's your ROI? See, he doesn't tell me his ROI though. What's your ROI? Let me know.
Because I've seen people do one great deal in PPL, which, by the way, PPL companies love to hear that because then you get hooked on it. But what if you go
same thing as a lottery company?
Yeah.
The lottery loves to bring one winner out.
Yeah, but what if you go 4 months and you're spending $500 a week on getting PPL leads and it never converts? Your ROA just starts tumbling down. So me and Zach knows in a nationwide industry, and you'll never hear any type of coach or anyone, and I don't know why it is. Maybe they just don't know it. What is the ROI for PPL? What is the average? What is your numbers? What is the real numbers?
I told you, some claim 5. I found 2 to 3 from talking to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it's always, it's 2 to 3, but it's usually always what I hear. So yeah. Always says he closed a deal with PPL. There you go. Congratulations. Max says he's about to cold call PPL leads. What a dirty PPL man. You got no clue on what leads you buy from PPL, and most importantly, how many other wholesalers shared this lead. So here's the thing. Okay. Shout out to Oasis. I'm pretty sure Oasis is Muji. I think it's Muji, right? Muji's awesome.
It's optimal.
But basically, here's the fun thing. You put sell my house fast Houston. You click one button. Have any of you guys tried to ever sell a car? Guess what happens when you try to sell a car? Give me the best cash offer for my car, right? What you do is you click 6 different links and you bid them all up. Yep. So guess what? That PPL you bought got sold to 6 or 7 other people. Now, when you do a resale, I don't really mind it because you already know what you're getting into. Yeah. But when you buy a $300 exclusive lead and homeboy already got 6 calls, I mean, I'm not saying PPL companies do this, but I bet these PPL companies sell to other PPL companies.
They're professional marketers. You have no idea who else they're selling it to. Now, maybe they do the right thing. I'm not accusing of them.
I'm not accusing, but it's tempting. If
I'm on that, I'm like, man, I'm just going to sell to everybody I possibly can.
I have an exclusive lead in Houston for $300. Thanks, sir. Hey, Rick. $250. Give me half. Yeah. I'm just telling you, like, I'm not saying that happens, but like, you can't say it doesn't happen. Just saying, right? And before anyone starts hating on me, guys, if you're making a ton of money, I'll let you know this. PPL is not a scam. PPL is an investment into your business. I just don't think it's a good investment. It's like, here's the way to describe this, okay? Again, when I say stop buying PPL leads, it's like saying this. Should you buy stocks or should you buy bonds? If you're 20 years old right now and you only have $1,000, go buy stocks, right? Now, if you're a guy that kind of wants to, I think the market's about to crash. I have $5 million in cash. Okay, in your circumstance, go buy a bond. But don't be hating on me because I'm giving my opinion. It's just what I think, right?
Think about this. If the show Shark Tank, what's the biggest thing when they get people in front of them? What's the one thing that they want to see from people to make a decision if they ever want to invest in their company?
Idea?
No.
Execution?
Sales. Are you going to make this business work? So why would we do wholesaling any different? Are you going to go invest? I'm going to invest 10 grand into someone to show me this PPL system. And then I'm going to commit 5 grand a month. And like, before you know it, like, yeah, no, I used mom and dad's credit card. I'm like, I know where this is going. You guys got to go out and you got to understand the type of customers you're looking for, where to get them. And you got to do it on your own first, because if not, you're going to rely on people for the rest of your life to do it. And they're going to eventually let you down. And then, so let me ask you, so if I have a product and I've never sold one product, do you recommend I go to an advertising company first, or should I bootstrap it, go door to door and show I can sell this product? Because if you can't sell it,
Whoa,
I
whoa, whoa, whoa,
promise
whoa,
you,
whoa,
the
whoa, whoa, whoa,
advertisers
whoa,
can't
whoa,
sell
whoa,
it.
whoa, whoa. Okay, the PPL companies are actually hacking us. By the way, these comments are back to back to back. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Comment 1, PPL is great. Comment 2, back to back. Oh wait, no, back to back. PPL is great. Oh, look, I hate cold calling. Cold calling sucks. I made 100 million. PPL is actually great. We just got 5 pro PPL comments back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
No face, no name.
Shocker.
What do you think? What, guys? No joke. This was instant. These comments snap back to back to back. No face. Okay, maybe this one. We just got PPL hacked. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
Let me break this all down.
I think we're being pretty fair.
I was pretty fair. Well, I was fair to one company, kind of. Guys, FYI, if any PPL company wants to reduce all their prices by 25%, I will say, but here's the thing, you can't, because it's a bid system.
It's a bid.
There's really only like 2 companies that could do that, but I don't want to get into it.
And that's our biggest problem at PPL, like bidding. Guys, I'm not paying fair market open rate for anything in wholesaling. You are not good at wholesaling if you have to do that. Okay, I'll choose 200. Oh, he bid 250. We'll do 275. And it's like, how are you going to build a marketing budget based on that? There's no company that ever operates that way. So I do commend PPL. It's brilliant, but I don't want you to use it against me, and I don't want you to use it against all the wholesalers, especially the beginners out there, because it is not a miracle cure for you to being successful in wholesaling. You're going to have to do the hard work.
Oh, Lord.
PPL is designed for people that have a strong foundation and fundamentals of wholesaling.
We're getting PPL attacked right now.
Yeah.
Like these PPL, like we're being attacked. So let me tell you exactly this attack.
So cute.
So let's talk about, Peter says, and by the way, because I own X Leads, which is one of the top 4 largest wholesaling softwares, do you know how many wholesaling softwares have tried to hack our streams and do all this stuff to us? A lot of them. So I'm used to this. PPL, by the way, I'm just letting you know, these PPL companies are not even as close as big as these software companies when it comes to traffic. So y'all don't have the budget of these big software companies to go attack me. And then these PPL companies have a lot more money than the wholesaling coaches, though.
But all I see on here
let's read it. Let's read it.
They're just words.
You will be talking to a warm lead. What's a better way to start? This is like AI written. Cold calling and having people hang up on you all day. So back-to-back cold calling sucks comments that are perfectly written with parentheses. They do Facebook, YouTube. So FYI, can somebody reverse do this? Is there a PPL company that only does Facebook, YouTube, and PPC? Then I'll know exactly who posted this fake comment. But basically,
I think it's a better return on investment.
Like, for example, that PPL company told you that does cold calling, they would have mentioned it on there. So I know they didn't do that. I think.
So here's the problem. If you think how you're going to run a business, you're never.
When we talk about, I think a better return on investment. I think.
And so if I was going to do this argument, I would give you real data and show you a spreadsheet and show you why.
Okay.
It kicks the other ones.
Let's talk about the next PPL fake comment. Okay. I just got, so this one is it's AI written. It's trying to trick you. I just got my first contract after 100 million dials. Keep at it. Embrace the grind.
Yeah.
So that's a fake comment.
So guys, you couldn't do 100
No, I just did the math. That is 17,000 days of cold calling at 24 hours a day.
Yeah. So
that would be, you would have to cold call for 30 years to make 100 million dials.
That's impressive. You just proved your entire point.
So the point of the whole comment's like, yeah, go grind and be a loser while we're buying PPL leads. So just FYI, that was a hate. That was a great little fake comment. But basically that's
100 million. I've never even had someone make a claim like that. That's actually impressive.
Next one is, just came here to say I've done 115 deals and made 1.1 million. The two best lead sources are, this might not be fake because he's not glazing PPL too bad. I have PPL, PPC. PPL literally saves you tens of hours of marketing. That actually might not be fake, but why is all the hate back to back to back? I don't know. Last one looked a little crazy, but I'll tell you this. I'm genuinely curious. Jay Het Stream. He's the only one who actually got a profile picture, so I'm interested.
Okay.
What is the ROI of PPL though? How much did you spend last month and how much did you make? That's my question. And of course,
so okay, 1.1, that's great. But what did you spend and what did you net? Because that's all that matters at the end of the day. If you spend $1 million to make 1.1, it's a horrible.
This guy says it's real. Okay. So you're being sure you did not do 100 million calls.
100 million, dude. Tell me what your dialer is right now.
No way you made 100 million calls.
There's no dialer in the world that could handle that. Even the robo guy with the warranty, your car warranty, like
that's a lot.
He could barely do that. 100 million, dude. Show me the proof. I'll write you a check right now. 100 million calls, dude. That's the biggest crock of crap I've ever seen posted.
Oh my gosh.
Anybody can throw that out there, dude. Like you got to back up 100 million, man. That's a.
Ben says, at what point should you pivot into spending money to make money? So Ben, I'm telling you, get your first wholesaling deal. Get your first wholesale deal. All right. Just get your first deal and then you should invest in marketing. So if you want to buy X leads, which I think is the best deal, $97 for now. Actually, no, I'm going to say this. Screw it. You're going to be mad at me. There's going to be a guaranteed price change. Next one. I'm going to guarantee the price is going to change. Now it might go up, might go down. You have to make a bet here if what you think is going to happen. There's going to be a guaranteed price change on next Thursday for the X Leads launch. So you should get X Leads now. But at what point would you pivot into spending money? I would say you get a wholesale deal first.
Get a wholesale deal and then fight the 5.
So FYI, so version 3 X Leads. This is our launch of the year. This is my biggest event I'm doing in the year virtually. It's going to be August 14th at 5 o'clock. I promise you, the whole world's going to be shocked at what X Leads was able to do. Yep. That's all I could tell you. Really and cool. It was so crazy. We have 5 crazy surprises. I didn't even tell the Explain people. I usually tell the Explain people everything we're doing. No, I had to keep this so under wraps. Guys. There's these lists that we have. It is. Oh, it's oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Guys, I ain't sleeping at night. I'm just too excited about this thing. But it's going to change everything. And so I'm telling you right now, the big gap is about to happen on next Thursday between if you have X Leads or you don't have X Leads. That is going to be the big. And so me and Rick sat down pretty hard. We're like top 4, top 5 biggest wholesaling softwares out there, real estate softwares. Me and you said, how are we going to get to like number 2? It's going to be hard to be number 1 in a year. Well, you literally said this. You really wrote this down. You're like, well, if we had this list, and we had this, and we had this, and we had this, and we had this, these 5 things. You and I wrote that if we had these 5 things, we guarantee. Think about it in your head. We're the 5 things that X Leads could add to make it the number 1 or number 2 software in real estate. Think about it.
It's done.
So we wrote it down.
Yeah.
And we spent a year and a lot of stress and a lot of money and a lot of pressure to go get it done. Yeah. And guess what? We did it. And it is being released on Thursday.
Hands down, guys. I'm going to be honest, if you're using another software, you might want to do a line by line item check and go, man.
That's why we have to have a guaranteed price change.
So just listen, take advantage of it. You guys know our philosophy. You're not required to buy X Leads, but like once you start to make a small investment, you might as well get the best bang for your buck. And if you're out there, if you have all these different services, you have a separate CRM, you have a separate list puller, you have a separate follow-up, you have separate AI, you have a separate dispo company, you have a separate e-sign, all this stuff, dude, it's all solved in one. It's one of my biggest frustrations forever. And guys, if you add it up, it's a lot of money. And the idea is I want you to spend as little as money and make as much money as humanly possible. Me and Zach have basically done, I'm not going to say that, like we have taken inflation out of software because without us, there would have been no checks. They would have just kept going up and up and up. And now they actually have to compete on value and quality of services. We're going to put so much pressure on them, they're not going to have a choice. But you guys have a choice. Like, stop going with, oh, I've used software just because I just know them. I'm like, listen, what other software do you know where the founders are actually wholesalers with a ton of experience and fight every day, and you can actually get on a Zoom with them and actually talk to them? Oh, what other software does that? Yeah. You're never going to find it, guys.
Maybe PPL has one.
Maybe PPL does it. But
PPL got no CRM or dialers, so you guys still, as much as you hate you and me,
yeah.
As much as these PPL guys hate you and me, you still have. That's why PPL companies hate us, because I talk my talk, but you also have to buy X Leads if you have PPL, especially in version 3.
No, so, it is, because it solves a lot of the problems. So guys, it's just, this is your time to do it. Listen, I know I'm old. He's super young. We're not going anywhere. Like, I love this business. I'm one of the, a lot of people frown on the wholesaling. I actually thrive on it. I think it's great. So many people are trying to teach wholesaling or trying to get you out of it. I'm telling you, man, stay in it, because you can always make money with wholesaling. You can do any of the other stuff, be a landlord, a flipper, whatever you want, but wholesaling will always take care of you. Why? Doing it 23 years. So look at what people do. Stop listening to what they say, and you can put 2 and 2 together. Plus, I do this business with my family, my son. Like, I love it. I don't think that you can find anybody more passionate about wholesaling other than the Gins. Test me on it, because we love it, because we bring our entire family into it. And I've thrived, he's thrived, and our goal is to have you thrive.
Yeah, William says, if I have the basic plan and an upgrade after launch, will you be? So I'll tell you this, and I'll be a nice guy. If you get the basic plan and you want to upgrade to the X plan after the launch, I will grandfather whenever you sign up for X Leads, that is your grandfathered in date. So we know exactly when the price changes are and what they are. So if you, let's say, for example, want to upgrade from the Pro to the X plan and you signed up last year, you're going to, whatever the price was when you signed up, that's what it is. Now you won't be able to go down. Okay. So if you go from X to Pro and prices increase, you won't be able to, but you can upgrade, no problem. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I haven't said this before, but I will say there's a guaranteed price change. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
So, and I thought about not saying that, hiding it, but honestly, at this point, it's better to say it before the launch than after. So yeah. And yeah, like I'm going to, and here's the thing, like, okay, well, maybe they're going to bring the price to $49 a month. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. For everything we're adding. So just FYI, I mean, guys, we launched free unlimited skip tracing let me tell you what my last launch was. This one is almost going to be the same, if not blow it out of the water. My last launch, I got free unlimited skip tracing for $49 a month.
And we almost broke
15,000 skip traces, comping, a dialer, texting, e-signing for $49 a month. Now, all y'all Go High Level white labels decided to call the compliance team at Go High Level, says it was way too low.
Yeah.
And their whole legal department tried to shut us down. We had to negotiate, and they said, you have to, apparently, if you provide Go High Level, there's a certain price you have to sell the software. Even if I said, but like, it's not Go High Level. We also have leads. Like, no. If you provide Go High Level for free, you have to sell for this price so it doesn't compete with Go High Level itself. I said, so we had a choice. We could keep it at 49, or we could just get rid of Ninja Mode. And I said, okay, we'll bump it up to 81. So kind of sucks. But yeah, we got some cool stuff coming down the line. And so August 14th, next Thursday at 5 o'clock, going to be right here on this YouTube channel. It's going to be on every YouTube channel, by the way, right? It is our mega launch. And it's, you won't want to be buying any PPL after this one. I'll tell you that. Lord. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, Jet Scream loves X Leads. Bro, tell me your ROI on PPL. I just want to know. Why don't you tell me, dude?
You should know it inside.
And yeah, of course, some PPL leads, you just got to redo them. He said, I'm just saying I'd rather do those than cold call. It's fine. If that's your thing, I don't want a team of employees, so PPL is easy for one bit. Honestly, man, if that's your thing, go do it, right?
He's doing deals, though. If he's done that many deals, he's got the experience to do it, too.
Yes, but like, just give me the ROI. How much did you spend last year? Oh, okay, he said 4x. Honestly,
Right.
you know what? Jet Scream, I can't be mad at that. Are you buying resale leads or are you buying them like at like the $400 or $500 ones too? I'm curious. I would venture to say he's buying the resale leads probably
Just bring the dude on
at
live.
4x. Yeah, he can hop on. Let's see what he says. I'm trying to read. Is he buying the resale ones from these other companies that resell them, or is he buying them like for 400 a pop? I'm actually kind of curious.
Somebody said they were doing some sort of club or something. I saw it somewhere.
I've said bad things about Zach Club. Yeah, no.
Not that club.
That's
a
the
big
club,
club.
I think. Let's see here.
Right there, you just went past it. It's not him, though. It's somebody else. Go up.
Tell me where you see it.
That go down. You just spat.
This one?
The right there. Up. Right there.
That's not a club. Hold on. What club are you talking about?
Never mind. I missed it.
Okay.
I'm
let me see
old.
here. No. Oh, this one. I closed $43,000 from iSpeed's coupon thing. What's iSpeed? Oh. I thought iSpeed. Never mind. Yeah, 40. Yeah. All right, George. Okay. Congratulations. He made 43 grand for PPL though. Hey, PPL will probably sponsor you to be the poster child. So he buys the expensive. No, he says, I do a mix exclusively in the market I've been in a long time. I do cheap ones or virtual. It's interesting. The problem is you're at 4x going in person, but honestly, like, Jet Scream, bro, I'll be honest with you, okay? Screw everything I just said. If you can consistently get a 4x and
that's all that matters.
And here's the thing, and you enjoy what you do and you can actually get a 4x return on your ad spend, go do it. Here's the thing, he has proven it.
Yeah.
I personally think you do better calling, but honestly, if that's what you like and you're actually getting that, if that's a real number, which I think you are, good to go. So coupon club, $29 lead. Okay, congratulations, bro. You're buying your $29 leads. Can you tell the guy to bring the price down? Jeez, man.
Oh, price.
What stops them from making it like $5 a lead? What's stopping them from doing
charge
it?
$99?
Yeah, charge less.
It's random.
Yeah, make it lower. Make it like $1. A dollar a lead would be great. Why not?
The Dollar Club.
Dollar Club. We'll call it the Dollar Club.
The Dollar
PPL. Go tell them to go do that. Maybe I'll talk. Honestly, let me do the math. Okay, if you're at a 7x on that, how do I turn that into a 10x? So that's 3 divided by 7. So if you reduce cost by like 30% on the 29, you can probably go from a 7 to 10x. So tell them to take the price down by 30%, 40%. Even 20, dude. You could probably go from a 7 to 8. I'll be happy. Go do that.
I don't know. They're pretty set in their ways, so.
Oh Lord. But yeah, that's it. Let's see what other questions you got.
They're not very fond of you, so.
I'll be quiet. I will say if you're not able to move on a new lead that you buy as soon as it releases very quickly, don't bother. The sellers are getting hammered with calls. That's exactly what I thought.
It's true. He's telling you the truth.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah. So guys, that is PPL. I was that Max told me he said Jack, if you just signed up to one of these programs and just called PPL leads for like 3 hours, you would break the internet. I said I might I told him I'd rather jump out of a moving car. But if I had to pay $300, you know what's depressing? I have my credit, and I make a lot of money, by the way. We make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But for me to pay $300 of my own money, and then call a guy says, "You're the 10th guy to call me," I go,
"Oh man." Dude,
and then now I'm at $600. The guy's like, and then I'm like, "Do you want to sell your house?"
Like
and then the guy said, "Yeah, I'll sell it for $500,000." Yeah. Okay. Now I'm out $1,000. Now you're out $2,000. And like this live stream, I'll have a counter. Like, you know what? Maybe I need the balls just to drop $10,000 just to prove how much I hate. If I hate PPL that much, I'll just drop $10,000 buying these. But
that's the challenge. Is like if you were spending real money and doing that live, which I doubt that's anyone's real money, because there's no way they would go through that process at $300 a lead.
Oh, let me bid this guy up.
20 people.
Let me bid it up to $400. I'm feeling lucky.
Oh, yeah, hey, I just go, and then it's like going to Vegas and keep putting down like a $300 chip, and then
At least
like
I have
Vegas
a
vacation when he just keeps taking Clark's chips. Like, yeah, come on.
at least I have a 50% win rate on the roulette for 49.9,
50,
right? 40.
yeah,
It's like 49.
Yeah, you got to pay the house always.
Oh man, Lord. But yeah, that's my opinion on PPL. I'm sticking to it. I will change my mind once PPL decides that they are going to be cheaper. Then I'll start saying it. But I doubt with the cost of PPC, any PPL company is just going to say, you know what? I'm going to listen to Zach and I'm going to make the prices cheaper. Oh, yeah. Guy, if you want to do that, hit up my line, flip a Zach on Instagram, DM me tonight. I'm going to reduce prices by 25 to 30% just because you told me to, Zach. If you do it, I will make an apology video. Be at 10x return, good to go. But until pigs fly, you know where to go.
Exactly.
Go to X Leads. It's way better. And if you want to learn wholesaling real estate absolutely for free, go to freewholesaling.com. And if you hate what I'm saying, go get X Leads because it's the only CRM that you can actually do well. So check it out, guys. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe. Any parting thoughts?
No, I think like go out there and get your first deal, work to get 5, and then you can then look at what method you want to scale. I like direct mail, very, very, very predictable because you can laser in on it. PPL has some arguments, and I think the bidding thing is that's where I got the biggest problem with it.
There we go.
Like I'm not bidding for anything because I can't. You guys can't have an open budget for marketing.
And guess what? Comment below, guys. If you're getting a good ROI on PPL, like post on the free. Here's the thing about me. I will tell you this. I'm a man that when I'm wrong, I will say it. If I can get 50 people to message me tonight, Zach, I'm getting a 15x. Here's the proof. I will eat my words. On if all you do is bid and make all that money, go crazy, right?
There's just no.
Don't do the resell thing because the resell is kind of a cop out to me. Like actual, like you're buying $400 leads and you're getting like a 10x, 15x. Go do it. But I'll be wrong if it's wrong. But guys, smash the like button, subscribe, go to freewholesaling.com, sign up to X Leads, and we'll see you soon. Next Thursday, 7 days from now, launch of the year. Check it out. See you guys. Zach signing out.
Rick.